Yep.
I feel like that's most of our games this evening. You looked at your wild speed and be like, yep, if I had played that instead, it would have gone the other way.
Yep. But normally the card I play beats most of the
Mm-hmm.
just the outside play, and then my wild swing beats the outside play.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. Good games. Good games.
I mean, I did a pretty solid comeback.
I felt like I was doing the comeback. Like, I feel like this was my comeback.
I mean, yes, that put me down to no, because you were ahead then.
Was I?
I was on 11. You were on 15.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was down.
No, I just kept pressuring you, even though I was.
Okay, yeah, I felt very, very pressured.
I'm a lunatic.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
no point.
it helps.
Yeah. I mean, I was down to 1, and I'm like, I could play safe. I'm going to attack with swinging elbow.
Yep.
Mm.
Which I think was the right call.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I could have done that, but I
Yep.
didn't.
I mean, I played stylish, and then I played a speed, 2 attack?
Yeah, stylish. Excellent boost.
And
it.
burst time is really funny. But yeah, turns out 10 damage is very good.
Yes.
Or in that case, I think it was 13.
11.
Or yeah, it was 11 minus the 10 armor, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not 10 armor, but minus the armor
2
was
armor.
was enough to not kill you.
Yeah. I think it was focus.
Yep, Viper's fun. I'm a little sad I didn't get to land my real ultra, but in return I got to land my fake ultra. Because obviously burst time is the fake ultra, simple massage is the real ultra.
Temple massage with the boost on it, with that other
The other
boost
one,
on
yeah, the thunder knuckle,
Yeah.
or thunkle as I affectionately refer to it. Yeah, this
Do
thing.
you? You should not affectionately refer to it like that.
But yes, the spend up to 8 force.
Yep. I mean, you do that after what's that one? Is there one you draw and then
It's on temple massage.
ah? Yep.
Yeah, so that's why temple massage is you draw 3 and then you can pay out a whole ton.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, the catch is that like actually managing to make this thing hit requires 2 turns because you boost
Speed.
yeah, you boost speed and then you EX it ideally. And it's like, oh, well now that's actually on curve. It only took you 2
Yeah.
turns and 4 cards to make it on
You
curve.
You tried. You really tried to land it.
Yeah, I mean, I have no regrets. I'm like, yeah, this is not the right play here, but I have to play it, so.
What
this
did
is
I do?
happening.
I think I crossed out. Yeah.
Yeah, you EX cross specifically. EX cross.
Oh, I think I EX with ult.
Oh yeah,
I
probably.
I use them to EX far more than I ever play them.
That's totally fair. I mean, especially authorized. Like, granted, if you can actually play authorized,
Yeah, it's
it's
10 power,
it's
slightly off curve.
yeah, it's 10 power. It's under curve, but if you can EX authorized, nobody is prepared for that. Like,
Or if grasp is down, there is no reason to not play it.
yes, if grasp is down, then you'll just murder somebody right through the face.
The only reason I don't use his ults as much is because I want to exceed with Carl. Because
Yeah,
his
that-
exceed is so
that
good.
checks out. Yeah.
Yeah, and that means to use authorized, I have to have 8 gauge. I have to get 8 gauge and not spend it throughout the game. That's,
Now I will say, you are the first Carl that I can recall who has performed the engineering loop.
oh yeah,
Like, that is not. I play against Mad from the Discord, who's very much
Yeah.
a Carl player, and I don't think I've ever seen him make use of this because he generally stays close enough that having the block is a liability against reading and spike, so he can't afford to do it. But it's a very slow tempo way to build free gauge, which I can definitely appreciate. Because power short is normally
Yeah.
not free gauge in the slightest. Like, power short is not easy to hit with most of the time.
I find myself hitting with it more than not though. I just get lucky, I guess. But yeah,
My experience is no such thing as luck.
there is absolutely such a thing as luck. Whoever told you that is a liar
Hey,
and probably trying to trick you.
I'll have you. Well, okay, he's definitely trying to trick. Yes, that part's true. I'm quoting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. I stand by my statement.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, that all fits.
Yeah.
Um,
Power is like anti-grasp, but if someone is using grasp against all, I've got questions for them. Like, why are you staying at range 1? What is wrong with you?
Yes. Like, why are you at range 1 against? Although actually, at range 1, grasp does a lot of work. It just completely dies to power short.
Power short. His other C and D.
Yeah, but C and D is like. I don't mind losing to C and D because C and D just doesn't. C and D is good at not losing, but it doesn't win. It's like, oh.
I mean, it absolutely wins against grasp. You hit him for nothing, and he hits you for 3, and gets a card out of it.
Yeah, but I still get a gauge, and
so does he. It's like a hard win in my mind.
Like, you're not wrong. It's just that it's not like I ran into. Like, okay.
Twangy elbow.
Like numerically speaking, right? It's just like running into sweep. Like, I'm dealing 3 less than I take, and I now have 1 fewer card than my opponent. That feels to me very different. Like,
you're not losing an option; the opponent's gaining one.
Right. So like, I don't mind C and D because it's like, oh, like if I'm faster, like, and of course, I can beat it by being slower. But I don't really mind being faster because I'm not being denied my options and I'm not being punished. It's just helping him. Like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I think Carl's specials, specifically, what they do is they complement his. That is, like, this covers situations like Sweep doesn't, and these two like cover your defensive options. Swangy elbows, the mid speed.
Yeah, elbow is range 1 spike. C&D and Power Short are his focus and sweep in kind of a weird, blended slurry that got spread out across multiple cards.
Yeah, C&D is like sweep count.
Yeah, disarm is.
It's not.
Yeah, disarm is super assault.
Assault.
Yeah.
Disarm's a really rude assault.
Yeah, like it's the hard assault counter.
Coffee is anti.
Coffee is the dive killer.
Yep. Coffee's a lot of things killer.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
anything with it. Yeah. And the other ult is really good.
Oh yes. It's not hat trick, but
Autonomic. Yeah.
It's basically hat trick.
Yep. I mean, same thing with hat trick. If you put sweep on it, hat trick. If you put sweep on it, is like unbeatable.
Yeah.
Autonomic response. I mean,
it's more beatable, but it's
yeah.
It's still real good.
It depends on the opponent and how many cards they have left.
Yeah, but the nice thing about it is that like the way to deal with Carl is to play normals, because if you make the right call, he suffers pretty badly. And Autonomic just says, oh no, you're not doing that.
Actually, the way to beat Carl is ult.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Especially, so I found it really funny that, like, this matchup specifically, I'm like, oh hey, ignore armor. And ignore armor. Huh.
Yep, doesn't.
Like, I have ignore armor effects that actually matter. Because normally these boosts are not very good.
Yeah, because there's not a ton of armor going around.
Yeah.
And once your opponent can see it, they're not going to play something with armor.
Yeah.
I mean, that one might matter more.
Yeah, this matters. Like his ability doesn't happen against this because he doesn't get armor against ultras. But the ignore armor does matter because he just has armor. Like he plays C&D, power short, boost elbow. Like he's a tanky robot, dude.
I don't think I've ever boosted elbow, and I mean it's a good +3 armor's good. That's one of them magic numbers, but
then you're not playing elbow.
Yeah, exactly. Elbow is a range 1 spike. Why
Yeah.
would I?
Why would you ever not play it?